I think that it may be important to ask, was this whole anti-Jewish kind of ranting that he started going on after Black America was kind of rejecting him, was that intentional? Was that his way of kind of throwing Jews under the bus to try to gain back Black America's support? Hey, what's up? So today I want to talk about Kanye West and what he did with his White Lives Matters t-shirts and how somehow he was able to find his way out of the backlash. So was that planned? Once he got the major backlash from Black America, from African Americans, and from the world, to the point that, his popularity at that point was maybe next to zero when it came to African Americans. I mean, there was like no one that was okay with what he did. So once Kanye West lost the support of African Americans and Black America, he was in maybe quite the predicament after he went through his whole White Lives Matter thing with whatever her name is. So I think that it may be important to ask, was this whole anti-Jewish kind of ranting that he started going on after Black America was kind of rejecting him, was that intentional? Was that his way of kind of throwing Jews under the bus to try to gain back Black America's support? Because how did it go from African Americans being so upset with him to all of a sudden he starts attacking Jews, telling African Americans, going back to kind of Black American being like, look, I'm a victim. Look what these people are my victimizer. These people are your victimizers. These people are our enemies, and kind of, did he do that on purpose? Because this is my question. Was the real reason that all of a sudden he decides to completely go against the Jewish people, and with his whole DEFCON 3 post on Twitter, was the reason he did that really to try to avoid the backlash that he was getting for his White Lives Matter t-shirt? Was that his way of getting out of the backlash from African Americans and from Americans in general, as well as other people in the world? Was that his way of getting out of it, was to throw Jews under the bus? Was the reason he kind of was turning the world, seemingly trying to turn the world against Jews just to save himself? And is this just part of his personality? How even he's gone out and actually confessed that according to him, his mother was sacrificed. But usually if someone's sacrificed, it's by the person that loved them. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it a sacrifice. If this woman was sacrificed, possibly by him, because who else would it be a sacrifice for? If he was willing to do that for his fame and fortune, which I'm not saying he was, but I'm just saying if he was, then is that not part of his personality? He's willing to kind of throw anyone under the bus if he feels like he really needs something. Because once Black America turned against him with the White Lives Matters, I mean, I don't know if there was going to be any recovery for that. I mean, he was going to need to do something like what he did to recover. I don't know what else he could have possibly done to recover from that than, trying to turn everyone, against the Jewish people instead, and trying to make everyone think that they were the big enemy, pretty much just make them the scapegoat, which is what they always are. Israel is the world's scapegoat. So congratulations to Kanye West for just doing exactly what the devil's been doing for years. If that's how to put that, if I can say that in all righteousness. Yosha's name buys blood in me. Now, I'm not here to say I know Kanye West's intentions. I'm just saying I think it's questionable. He's not a stupid person, and I think we need to really be careful if he's just manipulating people, and it's just been a huge manipulation for, self-gain. I do think we have to ask ourselves that.